Hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? Sorry, I was a few minutes late here. My action cam here was really like giving me a lot of issues. I don't know what was going on. I had to restart it a bunch of times, unplugged the USB cord, plugged it back in, took the battery out, I got it working. We're good, guys. That's just how it goes for me though. So how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you guys are having a great day. And hello. How's it going? How's it going, Mac? Mac was here earlier. It just didn't show in the on-screen chat. But anyways, we have country picker wheel. Last time we did Europe. Now we're doing, or last time we did world, right? Now we're doing Europe. I'm pretty sure we did world last time. If not, whatever. We're doing Europe anyways. We're doing European country picker wheel. We're going to find out what country we're going to check out today. Right now. Moldova. We're learning about Moldova today, guys. All right. Moldova it is. Let's see what we got going on in Moldova. Oh, the first video says, don't visit Moldova. Europe's poorest country. Is it Europe's poorest country? I'm not really sure if that's true or not. It could be. It could be. So I should have put some background music on, I guess, but I guess it doesn't matter now. We're already looking for videos, guys. So how's it going anyways? Could get interesting. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, we never know what we're going to find out today, guys. So let's see here. We have inside Chisinau, Moldova, the least visited capital in Europe. There we go. I think we found it. That's going to be a good video. It's a travel vlog style video. I really like those ones. And let's do it, guys.
Oi, oi.
All right, so we have inside Chisinau, Moldova, the least visited capital in Europe by the channel Matt and Julia Vlogs. So like on the original video, it says Chisinau, Moldova's least visited capital city in Europe. But why? We believe Chisinau is one of the greatest cities in Europe. Let's explore the Moldovan capital and share what the city looks like, some of its history, and how people live in 2025. Heck yeah, let's check it out, guys. Whoops, I'm scrolling the wrong way. I'm still not used to the Mac scroll wheel. It's backwards from computer or from PC, which is crazy. I've been using the thing for like months now. You'd think I'd get used to it by now, but I guess you can't undo 30 years of PC scroll wheeling, right? Let's check it out. Thanks for watching with me.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi.
Welcome to the capital of the least visited country in Europe. Welcome back to Chisinau. Welcome back if you've watched us on the main channel before.
Okay, Chisinau. Okay, I was saying Chisinau or whatever I was saying, guys. It was way wrong. I know that much. Actually, one second. Let me. I do want to put the title of the video on the top. I do want to do that.
You know, we've been here a few times, but we're here in Chisinau again because we're going to somewhere different in Moldova to film for the main channel, and we've got a couple of days here in the city, a city that we know very well, and we thought we'd bring you along with us for a little walk around the city, share how it's changed over the past couple of years, because quite a bit has changed with it. Some things have stayed the same, which we'll also show you. So yeah, welcome back to sunny Moldova.
Welcome back, I guess. Well, for me, it's welcome for the first time. I've never... Actually, you know what? I have encountered... Sorry, I got like a hair or something hanging right there. That was annoying. Anyways, I have encountered Moldova. There's a show called... what was it? Was it 90 Day Fiance or something? I can't remember. That Amy was watching. I watched a little bit with her, and there was a couple... There was a guy from from Moldova, actually. But I just watched a few episodes. It was a couple years back. I can't remember too much, but it was an interesting place. From what I've seen, at least.
As we said, some things have changed here in Chisinau, some not so much. And one thing we noticed straight away was that the pavements here in the centre along the main roads have all been relaid, and there's been a lot of landscaping going on. There's a few guys behind there at the moment doing some landscaping.
Oh, but cool. There's this thing back there. There's like a golden dome looking thing.
Some things have most definitely
right there. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The same, including this beauty in front of us right now, and I'm glad this has stayed the same. The symbol of Moldova. I'll show you.
The symbol of Moldova. What are we looking at?
And there it is, one of those constants here in the beautiful.
That's the symbol of Moldova. This. The golden dome thing looked cooler than that. I guess we'll find out what it's about, right?
Hotel Nacional.
Hotel Nacional.
It was in the 90s. Sitting loud and proud over the city. What a beauty.
What a beauty. I mean, it's an interesting looking hotel, I guess, but the pride of Moldova, I don't know.
When and if this gorgeousness gets knocked out, I'll be very upset. Very poignant. As soon as
Why are they in such awe over that apartment building? I'm thoroughly confused, actually. There's a golden dome thing that they just walked right past, and they're getting excited about a colorful apartment building. All right.
You get into the city, this is what you see.
This is...
Thank you, Mandy. I appreciate it. Please hit the like button, everybody. Yes, that's some pretty solid advice. You guys should definitely hit that like button.
It's actually one of the busiest road junctions here in Chisinau as well. The airport's this way and the main street goes up that way, so this faces out over a very important part of the city. And it's interesting because there's a lot of new buildings going up and a lot of updates to the city centre especially. It's really interesting that they've still left this standing in its current state, that it hasn't been either completely demolished or revamped in some way.
Probably because of the location, it's very expensive to do.
Perhaps there's certain licensing as well. If anyone knows, let us know in the comments. But for now, we can still admire its beauty.
But if you're gonna tell us, oh yeah, it's getting knocked down, just don't.
Don't break Julia's heart.
I mean, I guess I hope it doesn't get knocked down, right?
It's been a traumatic month. You know, enough. I had enough. Don't. Leave the place and then come back after a few years and see it changing for the better. November is known for being the worst month of the year. Terrible weather.
Really? November, huh? See, for us here in Midwest and in northern Indiana state, in the United States, right? Northern Indiana. I think our worst weather for cold and stuff would be like probably now, January, February. But November, that's interesting. November to us is kind of like calm, tame, end of fall, maybe beginning of winter.
Depressing, but not here in Moldova. Look at this.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
There's a statue. Wait.
The trees as well.
Hold on, I'll go back. Right when I went to pause it, her head blocked it. But there's a statue hanging on the side of that building back there. Yeah, right there. That's kind of cool. See, they don't talk about the cool stuff. I mean, I guess this is kind of cool. Didn't they go through that? Is that like the tunnel thing that they came out of or something? But they missed talking about the Golden Dome or mentioning like what this cool statue is.
Look at this.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
The trees as well. I took a video earlier actually outside of our Airbnb, outside the window, and I put it over the top of here. Really, really beautiful. Everything here is golden brown. And then it just comes off the greyness of the buildings really well.
Whoops, I didn't mean to highlight that. I was trying to delete it.
Chisinau, on that note, is incredibly Soviet in the way that it's built. And that's for a very specific reason. During the Second World War, about 70 to 80% of the city was completely destroyed. This was under...
You said the Second World War?
Completely destroyed. 70 to 80... During the Second World War, about 70 to 80% of the city was completely destroyed. This was under German occupation from 1941 until late in 44, I think, when the...
Yeah, I need to tweak that more. I had it, yeah, I messed it up or something. I need to tweak it more. I'll shut it up actually. I'll put like a command word on it real quick.
The Soviet Army, the Red Army, took the city back, and in both of those occasions when the Germans came across and the Soviet Army came back through, a lot of the city was very, very heavily destroyed, meaning a lot of the architecture from before, the Russian Empire architecture and prior to that, was destroyed, and the city had to be rebuilt, which is why these days
it is so gorgeous.
It could be called.
But see, I wonder about the Golden Dome thing, if that was before, because that looked old. They didn't mention it though, so that might have been something that survived and didn't actually end up getting damaged. So did that work? Is that thing off? It should work. It should work. Yeah, and see, and the thing is, I didn't change anything since then. Like I changed before that, but like it was normal. Then it was back to acting weird. I didn't change anything in between that, so I don't know, except for turn the command word on and off. Or no, that was yeah. I don't even know. I don't even know. But it should be good now. If you have a question for it, type in bot or React bot, and then it'll respond to you that way, like to answer questions about whatever.
The most Soviet city in Europe, I think.
I was
There's
just
not
about
many.
to open my mouth, sorry, and say.
That's the most Soviet city in
But
Europe?
then you said Europe, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, oh yeah,
I
yeah.
knew
I mean,
that.
it definitely rivals Bishkek, I think, for brutalist architecture. You still see little signs of the old Chisinau prior to World War II, but they are very little signs. If we can spot some of those buildings, we'll film them later in this video and share them with you. But what we're going to do now, I think, is head further into the centre, go for a walk, and then maybe grab a coffee and head down to a park, because one thing they do have a lot of here in Chisinau is a lot of parks.
I didn't know if he was going to say a lot of parks or a lot of places to get coffee, because he said he was going to get coffee and then head to a park, which I already got my coffee.
And underpasses.
That's cool, as this random dude playing the flute on the stairs. Okay, so Moldova has, I know was it Romania or Bulgaria on like GeoGuessr at least, I see there's a lot of the trees with like the white painted at the bottom. So I guess they do that, must be a Moldova thing as well. Or at least here in this city, Chisinau, crap, what's it called? Chisinau, I think. Or Chisinau. Can't remember how he pronounced it. This part reminds me of like a Not Just Bikes video because it's just like a intersection shot of like cars and traffic going by. Speaking of Not Just Bikes, I need to do some Not Just Bikes reactions here soon, actually. I noticed he's got a couple of good videos out. Or ones that look potentially to be good, at least. I haven't seen them yet, but...
So Moldova is the second poorest country in Europe currently.
Okay.
After Ukraine, and quite often here in Kishinev, in the cities, even in the middle of the city, you'll still see old houses like this that are a little bit derelict, old.
So I wonder, he said second to Ukraine, so is that like because of the war thing, or was Ukraine already the poorest country in Europe before the Russia special military operation, you know, happened?
Chasniki, and there's even a whole private housing sector, a Chasny sector, in the center, just outside the center. And actually last night here in the city, because we're at the start of winter, the end of autumn, there was a lot of people obviously burning fuel for their private homes in this Chasny sector, and in the very center it was actually quite polluted, which is something I think we haven't noticed when we've been here before. But it was very similar to what we get in Bishkek, where people are burning fuel for their homes as the weather gets colder, and that then sends a lot of pollution into the valley which the city is built in.
Oh, that sucks.
So the
It just sits there.
to get way worse during the winter. You can see it, even like at night, you can see it and smell it a lot.
It's interesting.
Oh, because and I bet because like in the winter it's cold air, right? Cold air sinks and sits low, and if they're in a valley, everything that it's gonna just pull everything lower into the valley more so than it would in the hot days, I guess, right?
Interesting, today the wind's picked up a little bit, the sun's shining, and you can't notice anything, can you?
No, it's really fresh, yeah.
Yeah, it was just last night.
I guess that's the difference with Bishkek as well.
That was a cool looking building. Let's go back. They were all in awe over that apartment building, but like, I mean, that looks kind of cool. I don't know what that is, but it's like, it's got like an original, like old style base. Maybe it was built on top of an old building, and then they put the glass or whatever like on top of it. Or of course it could have just been, you know, built like that the whole way just for that style, but like it looks pretty cool regardless. It's interesting.
Yeah, it was just last night.
I guess that's the difference with Bishkek as well, because at home it's all just sort of sits there.
Yeah.
There's not much wind and it's just all trapped. But here, there is circulation, which is nice.
Circulation is nice, yes. Yes. Stale air sucks.
As with most former Soviet cities, and Moldova was a former Soviet republic, there's, in the capital city, often you'll find that most people are bilingual. And here in Moldova, it's no different.
Right.
The majority of Moldovans, their native language is Romanian. Used to be called Moldovan during the Soviet period, but that's another story. Their native language is Romanian, and many other people, other nationalities, their native language is Russian. So here in Chisinau, you'll often hear both languages quite often on the streets. The signs are majority in Romanian, but you'll often hear both languages on the streets. And in a strange twist of events, since 2022, actually, Chisinau's probably become more Russian speaking than it was before, with the influx of people from just over the border in Ukraine coming in. We're actually only about 100 kilometers from the city of Odessa in Ukraine, and many people that have left the country have just come across the border and now call Chisinau home for the past few years.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So here soon they're going to have to start putting signs in Romanian and Russian, perhaps. That's a cool looking, I know it's just an old building, but like that's a cool, it just looks cool to me. That's just a cool looking old building.
I actually filmed a video here in Chisinau 3 years ago. If you want to watch that video, we'll link it in the description box below. And it will be quite interesting to compare what it used to look like even 3 years ago and what it's like now.
So they're improving it, huh?
I don't know why this park reminds me of Serbia. Belgrade.
What's she
To be
saying?
specific.
It looks similar. Looks like we're walking down to the Danube, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's some big wide steps here.
We
Is it 'cause the
noticed
Soviet
this
thing?
time that Chisinau
Seems like all the Soviet steps are like just really big and really wide and overdone.
has a Balkan vibe to it as well. When you walk for certain parts of the city, you're like, oh, feels Balkan. Kind of like that.
Okay.
Notice that? Mind the gap between the train.
The Balkans, that's I get them confused, right? Because you got the Baltics and then you got the Balkans, right? Is that the bike path or something in the middle, or what? What's the two lines for, I wonder? What did I say? Coffee and milk? Coffee and milk.
Пожалуйста, 2 большие бутылки воды.
Спасибо.
Спасибо.
Все, спасибо. You know, Moldova is one of those really interesting countries. It's quite small. In fact, it's very small.
It is a
And
small
the
country.
population of Moldova right now is maybe 2 million. But there's lots of different regions to it, and it's also very varied in language, people's political directions, the way they want to live their lives. We're on that kind of fault line, borderline at the moment in Europe.
It's changing.
And you've obviously got Transnistria here that we've shown before on the main channel. But you've also got other regions of Moldova that are very different to the capital Chisinau. Balti in the north, Gagauzia in the south. But it's fascinating sitting here thinking we're in such a small country that has such varied ways of life and varied people. There's so much to see just in Moldova itself and try and understand.
Well, because it's so small, you know, and you got people that come over from Ukraine and, you know, and you got all the other countries around it, it's going to be like a melting pot of a bunch of different cultures and stuff anyways, I would think, right? So it makes sense.
I love it. As a traveller, it makes it very, very interesting.
But I mean, it probably makes it hard for the people that's from Moldova to, you know, like to feel Moldovan as well. Like, you know, being a small country that's just basically got a lot of influence from everybody else that's around it, you know?
So you can still find older buildings here in Chisinau, like this one, from the Russian Empire period, as far as I understand. You've
Russian Empire, that's like, that was like the 1800s then, right?
got the old doors here as well, look at this.
Looks cool.
Pisma. So that's the old letterboxes.
Wait, so was Moldova part of the Russian Empire when... Hold on, the Russian Empire... I'm going to ask the bot on YouTube here. Let's see, bot, when was the Russian Empire? See if it's working. 1721 to 1917.
Beautiful. This part of town in general, we're kind of south of the main street has a lot more older buildings. Love it. It is.
If you're ever in Chisinau and really fancy something traditional Moldovan food,
Food
just head
time.
to Andy's Pizza.
Okay, traditional Moldovan food. Andy's Pizza Joint.
It's a place. It's our go-to every time we're here. There's like 20 over Chisinau.
That's a cool looking building straight ahead with the little little circle thing on the corner there. Let's get some Andy's Pizza.
You're welcome, yeah.
All right, we'll do that next. Thank you. Remind me though if I forget.
I'll let you guess.
It looks good.
Whose is whose?
He's getting a salad, not pizza. I mean, it looks like a good salad, sure, but like that pizza though, that pizza looked pretty tasty.
And go for mine.
Yeah, look at that thing. What is that? Is that spinach or is that broccoli?
Go on, Andy.
I made homemade pizza the other day. It was pretty good.
This has been our crib for the past couple of nights here in Moldova. Check this out.
Ooh, nice. That's fancy.
Here we have our kitchen. And even a
A
tiny
little
balcony.
walkway thing. That's cool.
Beautiful view.
I wonder what this thing is. What is this? It's got like 2 levels to it also. Huh. Some ruins back there too. Hold on. Let's go back for a second here. I seen something. Yeah, right there. What is that? There's like a building missing a roof. I wonder if that was damaged during the war and just never replaced. It looks like old cement walls. Maybe that would explain what's going on with this thing here.
This has been alright.
It's been great. 30 quid a night.
Comfy bed. Let's show you the bathroom.
It's a nice looking place. That's nicer than my trailer I'm living in. Oh, nice.
And in our family, this is where the magic happens.
Wait, what the... Hold on. What the hell is this thing? Is that just a little sink for kids so they can reach the sink? Is that what that is? That's cool. We usually just have to do, like, we just put like a step stool. Got like a little plastic stool that Anthony gets on to reach the sink. Bidet shout. Oh. That's the booty cleaner. That's what that is. Okay. Yeah, that's not a thing here. It's not common. I guess like fancy hotels, certain rich people in their mansions maybe have them, but it's not like a main common thing for regular people. Yeah, okay. So yeah.
Yeah, it's been great. But now it's time to leave.
Time to leave, huh? Oh, I guess it really was time to leave. We're out of here. All right, guys. So that was pretty cool. Moldova. The pride and joy of Moldova is a multicolored apartment building. So hopefully they don't tear it down. And so we're going to check out this other video. Possibly interesting, says Mr. Flappy. The history of Moldova. So it does sound possibly interesting, right? In 11 minutes by the channel wait, Epimetheus? Epimetheus. Okay, there we go. So if you're watching this later, you'll just have to click somewhere. You'll see it at some point because it'll be edited into another video later. And if you're watching it now, we're going to watch it now. So the history of Moldova. In 11 minutes. By the channel. I messed it up again. Epimetheus. I think that's how you pronounce it. Epimetheus. So let me update the title at the top of the screen here. All right. Hit like on the original video. There we go. Done that. Let's check it out, guys. 11 minutes. We're going to learn about Moldova. The whole entire history. All of it's going to be covered, evidently. I wonder if this is going to be like a super quick history type thing. Because it looks like it might be potentially animated. Oh, okay, it's one of these. Okay, cool. Like a timeline kind of thing. All right, let's do it. Thanks for watching with me, guys.
Moldova is a nation of more than 2.5 million people, nestled between the formidable Carpathian mountain range and the vast plains to the east.
Oh, that sucks. And they don't even get no ocean. They're blocked off. Who took all that land? Is that Romania down there, or is that? I wonder who took that land so that they ain't get no ocean.
Moldova is a
Well, they got river access, I guess, so it looks like they can get in and out of the water at least.
landlocked country, but just barely, being just over a mile away from access to the Black Sea. The country shares borders with Romania and Ukraine.
Okay, Ukraine's got that land down there, blocking them off. Hey, if Moldova had more money, that last video said Moldova was the second poorest country in Europe to Ukraine. So it's like, okay, Ukraine needs some more money. Maybe they could sell this part to Moldova, but Moldova couldn't afford it if they're the second poorest country anyways. But they could buy some beachfront property. You know what I'm saying? And you already got a lot of Ukrainians just immigrating to Moldova because of the war. So they could just go to the beachfront part in former Ukraine part, and then it'd be kind of like a part where it's both for both, and then they have beachfront access. I don't know. Just a thought.
The long, narrow valley on the eastern fringe of the country is home to the self-proclaimed Pridnestrovian Moldavian Republic, commonly called Transnistria.
I've heard about this place.
It has its own separate government, its own currency, but it is internationally recognized as part of Moldova, but more on that later.
But it's like a micronation or something, right? Like, isn't it also like, don't they try to be like their own country, Transnistria? That's a whole nother, we need to do a Transnistria day one of these days and learn about that country, because I've seen it in like a Drew Binsky video, I think. But
the country's climate is ideal for the cultivation of grapes for making wine, which the people of this land have done since ancient times.
Nice.
Although the country ranks low in population, it is one of the most prolific wine producers in the world. Moldova's history has been shaped by its terrain, which is not especially mountainous or particularly flat. The hilly country was settled far back in Europe's prehistory. The Cucuteni Tripilia culture that inhabited the region was possibly the earliest to build settlements large enough to arguably be considered mainland Europe's first cities.
No shit. So mainland Europe's first cities and first settlements potentially were in Moldova, modern day Moldova. That's actually pretty cool.
In Moldova's prehistory, a trend began to develop that would become a reoccurring theme for the region. It became a melting pot for nomads from the east and farmers from the west. During the classical period, Thracian and later Celtic farmers settled there, while nomadic Scythians regularly operated in the same foothills east.
So it's always been like that, a melting pot. Like what I was saying in the last video, where it's just because it's small, surrounded by, other stuff, and it's just where it's at. Okay, yeah, so they've been dealing with identity crisis, probably, right? Like the people that's like a native Moldovan is probably like, dang it, we need something that's like a solid Moldovan thing here, but it's not. It's everything else. It's a melting pot.
Of the Carpathians. The Dacians, a new amalgamated culture developed in the region and rose to dominate it. They appear to have been predominantly related to the Thracians to their south, in addition to distinct Celtic.
Excuse me. Sorry, I'm still trying to get over a cold. Man, throat's been tickling for a minute. Been fighting it. Couldn't fight it no longer.
And Scythian influences. The Bastarnae were the dominant tribe north of the Carpathian Mountains. Like the Dacians, the Bastarnae were an amalgamated people group, but with more of a nomadic influence.
So that would be like where Transnistria is, right? The Bastardia, because it said the mountain range right here. Is that the mountain range that the area where Transnistria, I would assume, I think, right?
When the Roman Empire began to expand to the north, a wide swath of disparate tribes united to form the first kingdom we know of in the region's history. Dacia proved to be a formidable adversary to the Romans and fought a brutal series of wars with them that they eventually lost.
First kingdom in the area, that's pretty cool. And also, that's crazy, the Romans, man, the Romans were all over the place back then, weren't they?
The Roman Empire annexed most of their territory and slaughtered, deported, and/or enslaved a large portion of their population. But beyond the periphery of Roman territory, free Dacians withdrew and survived the onslaught. The descendants of the Scythians, the Sarmatians, and the free Dacians both lived alongside each other to the northeast of the Roman border. One hypothesis is that they both merged into one people, and the only distinction later was whether a nomadic or settled way of life was chosen. Later, a new nomadic wave poured across the eastern steppes, the Huns. Their onslaught pushed another group of farmers, Germanic Goths, into the Dniester basin. Dacians, Goths, and Sarmatians, all allied together against Roman and Hunnic threat. The Huns expanded their territorial domination for nearly a century, culminating in the reign of Attila the Hun. After
the Huns
his death,
wasn't
the Hunnic Empire.
They were like is that modern day Chinese, like some of the Chinese people nowadays are descended from the Huns, is that right? Or was it like Mongolian? Can't remember.
Empire rapidly collapsed. In the following chaotic period, a cavalcade of nomadic peoples from the east, like the Gepids, Alans, Avars, Magyars, Khazars, and Bulgars, all operated in the region, while the Western Roman Empire collapsed.
Okay, and I can see where this is going, because you got Bulgars. Well, that turned into Bulgaria, probably, right? Up there you got Khazars. That probably turned into like Kazakhstan or something eventually, right? I don't know where you got Alans all the way over here and there. I guess the Alans had a split. Don't know what they turned into nowadays. Gepins or Avar, I don't, who knows, but yeah. I mean, somebody knows. That was dumb to say. I don't know, though.
The numerous nomadic invasions pushed many Slavic tribes to the south, some of which settled to the northeast of the Carpathians. The Bulgars formed an empire that rivaled the Eastern Romans for a time. They also shared generally hostile relations with the powerful Khazar Khaganate to their east. The Magyars led a rebellion of Khazar vassals and took control of the region which is now Moldova. Another rebellious Khazarian vassal, the Pechenegs, asserted their control in the plains to the north of the Black Sea. The Pechenegs were old rivals of the Magyars. They relentlessly attacked them until they were driven to the opposite side of the Carpathian Mountains, where they founded the Principality of Hungary. In the later 10th century, a new power expanded into the region from the north. During the reign of Sviatoslav I, the Kievan Rus, or Kievan Rus, whichever you prefer, inflicted debilitating defeats on the Khazar and Bulgarian empires. While returning from campaign against the Byzantine Eastern Romans, Sviatoslav was ambushed and slain by the Pechenegs, who made a cup out of his skull. The Pechenegs
made a cup out of the skull, huh? That's badass, right? I mean,
then expanded to dominate the northern coast of the Black Sea for nearly a century. After the Eastern Romans lost Asia Minor to the Turks, the Pechenegs believed it was time to end the Roman Empire. The Romans allied with another Turkic tribe, the Cumans, and were able.
Yeah, the Eastern Roman Empire. I keep forgetting about it. That's a whole nother thing.
To defeat the massive Pecheneg invasion, the Cuman-Kipchak Confederation replaced the Pechenegs as the dominant power on the northern coast of the Black Sea. For a century and a half, the Cumans were a powerful military and political force in the region. When not raiding their neighbors, they often played the role of kingmaker, lending aid to the Hungarians, Bulgarians, Rus, or Romans. That is, for the right price. The Cuman's glory days of raking in the cash came to an end when they got out horse-archered by the Mongol horde. The Mongol Empire didn't stay together long, but even the fragments of the gigantic empire were still enormous. The Golden Horde was the Mongol Empire's westernmost successor state, and the foothills to the east of the Carpathian Mountains was their westernmost border.
Okay, so is this the Carpathian Mountains right here? Right, because it said east of the Carpathian Mountains. I would assume that's what that is. Which is that same mountain range right here that Transnistria is on the edge of, I think, right?
These foothills were primarily inhabited by Vlachs. They were largely descended from ancient Roman settlers, and are the ancestors of modern Romanians. The Vlach shepherds and farmers east of the Carpathians paid tribute to the Mongol horde, probably with sheep and their tasty wine. In the mid-14th century, Louis I of Hungary dispatched a Wallachian warlord, Dragos, to establish a line of defense against the Golden Horde, who were usually called Tatars in the region.
Tartars. Not to be confused, there's a crazy conspiracy theory about the Tartarian Empire and this people think that there was like this crazy empire before and like this global mud flood happened. It's nonsense. But there was Tartars though. There are Tartars.
According to local
there's also tartar sauce, which is very good on fish.
Tradition, while Dragos was hunting aurochs, the extinct wild ancestor of modern cattle, his loyal hunting dog, Mulda, died in the process of bringing down the great beast. The river where this occurred was named Moldova in honor of his deceased canine companion. Time, the region would derive its name from the river. Dragos established control in the region and was succeeded by his son. They owed their fealty to the Catholic Hungarian king, which was not very popular with the land's Orthodox population. One of Hungary's eastern Vlach vassals, Bogdan, unsuccessfully attempted to stir up rebellion among Hungary's Vlach subjects. After experiencing lack of support in his homeland, and possibly hearing of another failed Vlach rebellion on the other side of the Carpathian Mountains, Bogdan and his supporters packed up and descended upon Moldavia. There, he received wide support, and the previous rulers fled to Hungary. For the next 7 decades, Bogdan's descendants successfully fought off foreign incursions, built up a formidable military, economy, and expanded Moldavia's territory.
Okay, so now you got Poland at the top. Lithuania is all the way down there, which modern day Lithuania is nowhere near that, right?
During the reign of Alexandru, things were especially good. After he died, the next 25 years were especially bad. Moldavia's throne changed hands 19 times in 2.5 decades. Fathers, sons, brothers, and uncles all engaged in a chaotic carnival of violence. Moldavia's Polish, Hungarian, Wallachian, Lithuanian, and Ottoman neighbors all supported various court factions. Then, in 1457, Stefan III came to the throne by deposing his uncle who had killed his father. He came to the throne with the support of Vlad Dracula, who was a longtime ally and periodic rival.
Dracula? Okay, so Dracula was from over here, from the Wallachia area? Which, of course, is nowadays modern-day Romania, right? And it used to be Transylvania at one point in time, right? Which is what it's famous for. I think it's still a region, perhaps, Transylvania. I don't know for sure, but...
And periodic rival. Stefan's reign was a high point for Moldavian cultural achievement, as well as political and military power. He defeated multiple foreign attempts to keep the constant game of thrones going in Moldavia, winning many battles over his 47-year reign, the most notable of which was the Battle of Vasuli, where Stefan defeated a very large Ottoman army, after which the Catholic Pope conferred upon the Orthodox sovereign the title Champion of Christ. Stefan also greatly strengthened Moldavia's defenses, building many fortresses, and mandating that the peasantry be armed at all times. He was
Well, it'd be easy, actually, with the mountain ranges all the way around, right? Is it just... Is it flat in the middle? And then just like, because it almost looks like it just has like a mountain range kind of around it, which would kind of, I feel like maybe help make it easy to put fortresses just along the perimeter, right?
Also a shrewd diplomat who played his many enemies off against each other. After Stefan's death, his successors were not as successful in either diplomacy or in battle. Both Poland and the Ottoman Empire competed to control Moldavia. During the reign of Petru IV, Moldavia managed to agitate all of its neighbors. Petru unsuccessfully invaded Hungary, and then Poland. But relations were still good with the Ottomans, whom Petru was a nominal vassal of, so he attacked a mercenary army in Ottoman service. In retaliation, a combined army of Turks, Poles, and Crimean Tatars overwhelmed Moldavia in 1538, which began a long period of steadily increasing Ottoman influence. At the beginning of the 17th century, it appeared in...
Okay, yeah, now we got Transylvania. The name Transylvania. So it wasn't called Transylvania when Dracula was part of it? It was Wallachia? Or wait, no, hold on, because Wallachia is still there. Transylvania must spread and get bigger and take over the Wallachia area then, right? Because I thought it showed that it came from this area. I don't know.
New era was about to begin when Michael the Brave united all three Vlach principalities for the first time. But he was betrayed and killed by an allied mercenary general. Following his death, Moldavia became a Polish fiefdom for a time, before returning to Ottoman control. Moldavia had paid tribute to Poland and the Ottoman Empire before, but had always retained near or complete autonomy. That was over. Throughout the 17th century, the Moldavian crown was often given to the highest bidder, or whoever promised to pay the most tribute to the Ottomans. Attempts at autonomy were crushed, and the army was largely disbanded. Taxes were very high, and the economy crashed. Moldavian princes eventually became little more than appointed Ottoman governors. During the 18th century, Moldavia became the battleground for the Ottoman, Russian, and Austrian empires. A declining population and corruption marked to the century.
Yeah, that sucks. Just being stuck in the middle of all that. That sucks.
1812, a large portion of Moldavia was ceded to the Russian Empire and renamed Bessarabia. Throughout the 19th century, many immigrants from around the Russian Empire settled there. Stipulated in an 1856 treaty, Moldavia was given access to the sea again. In 1859, Moldavia and Wallachia united, and later gained its independence from the Ottoman Empire, and later became the Kingdom of Romania. Between the world wars, Bessarabia united.
It was already Romania. Hold on. So Moldova was Romania? It was already called. Oh no, that's Bulgaria. No, Eastern. So Romania, does that come from where the Eastern Roman Empire, actually, the Romania part?
Its independence from the Ottoman Empire, and later became the Kingdom of Romania. Between the world wars, Bessarabia united with the Kingdom of Romania, and on the eastern bank of the Dniester River, an autonomous Moldavian Soviet Socialist Republic was established. Bessarabia was lost to the Soviets during Part 2 of the global conflict. The Moldavian Soviet Socialist Republic's half-century saw an influx of migrants from the rest of the USSR. Despite its diminutive size, which was far less than 1% of the Soviet Union's territory, Moldavia was an economic powerhouse, exporting large quantities of manufactured and agricultural goods to the rest of the Union. During the dissolution of the Soviet Union, Moldavia's name was changed to the more Romanian-sounding Moldova, but some Moldovans felt nostalgic for the recent past, especially those living on the east side of the Dniester River in Moldova's industrial heartland.
Okay, so that's a really complicated history. So it was part of the Kingdom of Romania, but then it got chipped away at by the Soviets, and then became independent after.
Conflict broke out between those living on opposite sides of the river, which led to an agreement where Transnistria became a de facto independent state, which would be internationally recognized as part of Moldova, which is Moldova's current peaceful state of affairs.
So how's it its own state if it's recognized as being part of Moldova? So is it like it's its own country, but it's also part of Moldova at the same time?
This video has not been sponsored by Moldovan wine, but you should buy some anyways if you see it at the store. This video has in fact been supported by my awesome patrons over on Patreon.
You know,
and you for watching till the end of the video, leaving a like, and all that other good stuff.
I did leave a like, but Moldovan wine, that sounds pretty good. Oh, I mistyped that at the top. It says Moldova in 1 minute. This, I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, Moldovan wine, huh? Sounds pretty tasty, actually. So that was pretty cool. Complicated history there, though, with Moldova, for sure. So we're going to check out another Moldova video, guys. Transnistria. We're going to check out Transnistria. It's part of Moldova, right? Transnistria. It's like its own thing, but it's also part of Moldova. So, like, it still counts for Moldova, right? A micronation where the USSR never died, evidently. Oh, it looks like I watched that before. Oh, probably, yeah, because I have watched a couple videos on Transnistria a long time ago. Inside a country that doesn't exist. Yeah, right here, fake country is what it's called on, is what Jubinsky has it labeled as. The country that doesn't exist. Let's check this out. Well, hold on. Let's scan through. Let's see. There was that other one up here. It's 50 hours. Yes, Theory. They probably have a better video. Yeah, let's do the Yes Theory one. 50 hours in a country that doesn't exist on the map. Transnistria. Let me go ahead and update the title on the thing real quick. All right, there we go. All right, so we got 50 hours in a country that doesn't exist on a map. This is going to be interesting because it's like, it's part of Moldova, but they think they're their own country. I don't know how this works. I have seen a couple videos, but it's probably been a few months or maybe a year or so. So anyways, 50 hours in a country. Let's do it. Yes, Theory's the channel. Hit like on the original video, guys. Thanks for watching with me.
This really does feel like the final outpost of the USSR. And there's enormous statues of Lenin and tanks and memorials, and the amount of Soviet pride is bonkers, dude.
Soviet pride.
There are a few hidden parts of the world that most of us will be shocked exist today. And when I heard about the region we're about to travel to...
Oh, wow. I thought my place looked like shit. My walls aren't that bad.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
That dude even looks like a supervillain. What the heck? Look at that. Kind of reminds me of Megamind with that big old forehead. Look at that thing.
Couldn't believe what I was
Jeez.
hearing.
Well, Transnistria is an uncontrolled region of Moldova.
Hidden behind a highly militarized border, this region is, in fact, a country that doesn't exist. But this isn't a made-up micronation like we've covered in the past. This place has a population of close to 500,000 people. They've built their own army, have their own flag, their own president, currency, and even national anthem. They call themselves
Their own army, president, currency, and everything else, but it don't exist. So like almost nobody recognizes it, basically.
the Pridnestrovyan Moldavian Republic, also known by outsiders as Transnistria.
Yep.
The country was founded in very shady circumstances. But the strangest part about this fake country is that they consider themselves the final stronghold the Soviet Union.
Transnistria, a small strip of land between Moldova and Ukraine, has been disputed territory since the fall of the Soviet Union.
It declared itself as a Soviet republic in 1990.
The symbols of the old Soviet Union still have pride of place.
But nobody other than a few other unrecognized countries recognizes it as an actual independent country.
So they think when the Soviet Union fell that it basically didn't fall, that they're still going on, and that's it. They're the last. It's still the Soviet Union with them, basically. That's pretty crazy.
And so, what is Transnistria? And who still lives in this strange little country? Well, with conflicting information online about the safety of traveling to this region, we began our journey to the country that doesn't exist on a map.
Wonder why there's so much fire over there. Look at all those fires burning in the background.
What's up, dude?
The guy that checked our passports just subscribed to the channel.
Really?
Yeah, he was like, what are you doing here? Why are you going to Transnistria? And I explained everything, and then he subscribed.
Even though Eric is American, he grew up most of his childhood in Russia, speaking fluent Russian. And this trip will be his first one back into a Russian-speaking country since he left at 15. To get there, however, we first had to find a cab that could drive us across Transnistria's fake border.
Can he cross over the border?
Yeah, he said he can.
Okay.
Oh, border and everything.
He says he's from there.
Oh.
I said to a lot of people go there, and he's like, no, people only leave.
It's taken a while. So it's technically not a border, but they believe it's a border.
He says technically not a border, but they believe it's a border.
Ah, so he's saying because like the country doesn't exist, money can appear there and then it can disappear. So it's like you can do like sketchy stuff with money. So
Where the f are we going? Welcome to Transnistria. Just the fact that it's a fake country makes it insanely strange and different. So I guess we're gonna go explore and try to figure out if we can get an idea of what this place really is.
You know, the thing is, like, they got a president, check. They got the government, check. They got the military, check. They got the borders, check. They got their own currency, check. They got a flag and everything, I would assume. I don't remember, but I'm assuming they do. Everything to me sounds like that's a country. Right? Sure, I recognize them as a country. I don't have real power though, so
These
I guess it don't mean shit.
Soviet water and drink dispensers. Only other time I've seen these were abandoned inside Chernobyl. Half the city feels
No
frozen
shit.
in time in the Soviet Union. I mean, look at this car. What even brand is this? And
What brand is that? That's a oh crap. Oh, I should know. What? Watch video. There's a channel called Garage 54. And I've watched a few of their videos, and they're like Russians or something, and they're always doing stuff with this kind of a vehicle. Lada, yeah, it's a Lada. Yeah, that's what it is. Thank you.
there's military
Or Volga?
everywhere. Like,
Volga
I've never
Lada.
seen so many individual military officers just walking around, like, all over the place. It's
Jeez.
really confusing.
That looked like a 12-year-old military officer.
Like, some things here look ancient. Some of the signs, and others look like they were just built. It's so strange. You take a couple of steps off the main street, and then buildings look like they're completely falling apart. It doesn't.
I mean, that's just like United States. You go to a big city here, and you got one block that looks real fancy, and you go around the corner, and you got that.
look destroyed. It like is destroyed.
Здравствуйте. Is this a street?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
That's a toilet. Look at that.
Oh.
Oh, there's a guy right there. Hello.
Как туалет нормальный?
He says it's shit.
It's so weird. There's like, on the main street, it all looks new, and then you take one step off, and like, this is.
After walking around for a bit and getting a confusing first impression, we decided it was time to blend in with a haircut and some tracksuits.
No, dude, all my worst haircuts were by Russian-speaking barbers.
Oh, wow.
Gotta eat some Dutch drop since it's sitting there, right?
This is kind of cool. I'm not sure if getting a haircut in a Russian basement is a good idea or a great idea.
I mean, that looks like a cool place to get a haircut. I don't go to the barber. I cut my own hair. You can probably tell. Days like today, it looks like shit. That's cool. I throw a hat on, guys. But I cut my own hair because, you know. But that'd be cool to go to a place like that, right?
Like he has, you know, like I genuinely have no idea if he understood. Is it good? Do you understand what I'm... We got haircuts, motherfuckers. Now all we need is fucking clothes. No brand deals, unfortunately, from Adidas, but...
They straight up look like they're from Moldova.
Go get Seek Discomfort instead. We definitely got ripped off. Apparently this is real, which I have a hard time believing. We ran into football players that apparently play for the team here that's playing Real Madrid tomorrow night, which is insane.
So, yes.
That's cool. They ran into famous football players there.
We discovered that the country that doesn't exist's football team, Sheriff Tiraspol, recently miraculously qualified in the Champions League where the best clubs in Europe compete, becoming the lowest rated team to ever qualify. And by complete coincidence, we just happened to be there the night that they were playing Real Madrid, one of the greatest, most renowned sports teams in the world. And with the game being in Madrid, we arranged to watch it on a big screen in the city. But first, we wanted to get to know some locals.
How are you? How are you? Where are you from? Are you from here?
Не понял. Откуда вы? Откуда? Тирасполь. Тирасполь.
You guys like living here?
Да, отлично. А он откуда?
Он из Франции.
Из Франции. Нет, вам надо одеть чуть-чуть другой стиль.
He says our style's off.
This did not work.
They didn't get it right. I mean, I thought they looked like they're from Moldova with the tracksuits on.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Можешь сказать peace, brother. Peace, brother.
Peace, brother. Goodbye.
Peace, brother. Have a good one. This really is the last outpost of the Soviet Union. I mean, look at this.
This is a functioning...
Was that a Russian flag? Is that the Transnistria flag with the Russian flag? I think that's what that might be.
Soviet Union. I mean, look at this.
This is a functioning government building with a communist sign at the entrance.
Wow. The amount of Soviet pride is bonkers, dude.
Soviet pride, evidently. That guy looks mean too. Look at him. Look at his face. I mean, I know I don't have a pretty face and I look mad sometimes when I'm not, but that guy looks like he's scowling at me. Yeah, there you go. Look at
that. Look at these coins. It's like literally Monopoly money. I've never seen currency like this.
It's just like
wow.
plastic chips. What is the icon?
That's actually kind of cool. Those are cool coins. Those are like super cool coins.
Is this like anyone who owns an iPhone here gets to be a part of a club?
Lenin again? Oh, okay.
My friend!
So, Megamind. I mean, Lenin.
I'm fucking Tiraspol. Yeah!
He knows his channel, evidently.
Soviet cafeteria.
There he is. That guy's everywhere. Just... Dang, he's just mean mugging everybody all over the country.
This is what a cafeteria is like.
Yum, yum.
I wonder what that soup was, that green stuff. Oh, he didn't even get it. He got the red stuff. Borscht. There was a green soup. I'm going to go back, actually. I'm going to look at it again. It was green looking. Hold on. Was it right after? Yeah, he's everywhere.
This is what a cafeteria.
Right there. What is that? This looks better than the red stuff to me. This looks like it might have like some broccoli or like, I don't know. Maybe kale. Beef? It looked like beef chunks maybe?
Yum, yum. Never seen food like that.
Looked like there was mashed potatoes there too, but he didn't get them.
It's all right. How come there's all this, or like, maybe can you talk a little bit about the decoration?
Объясните тему ресторана, почему как бы советская тема.
Потому что уже все за это забыли, за Советский Союз. А здесь вот решили просто восстановить это. И это классно, мне нравится. Это вот компоты мы варим, да, вот в этих вот кастрюлях. Мы вот это наливаем. Этого уже нету, вот.
Yeah, so I think it's more of like an experiential thing than it is like.
That's cool.
We want to bring communism back. It's more like the way she's talking about it sounds like
Yeah.
it's more of like the experience and the memory of like what they grew up with.
Right. It's like when people like to go, like the older people like to go to like the 50s diners because like that's how it was. Like here in the United States, right? That's how like the 50s cafes, the 50s style diners, you know, and because that's how it was in the 50s. So now it's a nostalgic thing. So for them, I guess this would be a nostalgic thing. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Спасибо.
Yeah, I got that drop stuck all in my teeth.
We're walking into one of the main markets.
Здрасте.
I need to get some tomatoes, actually. And that reminded me, I got to go to the store soon.
Dude, a merchant just gave me this.
What?
And he just I walked by and said hello, and he starts talking to me in Russian. I'm like, and he's like, have this.
That's cool.
He said God will give him more.
Oh.
Ну помою, спасибо. Спасибо большое.
Good karma. What is this? Oh, chapel. Looks cool.
This place is beautiful.
Я сейчас приготовлю чай, и мы будем чайку попьем с вами вместе.
Right now.
Подождите.
She's closing her shop to go make tea for us.
Hey, I mean, some places in the world get serious about their tea. They'll shut the whole business down.
Спасибо большое.
Oh my god.
Молдавская.
Спасибо большое.
Сейчас я вам принесу целую.
Вау.
Bringing us apples and cookies. We just walked in here.
Хватит. Дома, чтобы память осталась, что здесь тоже хорошо принимают. Чтобы у нее любовь была. Ну, меня зовут Елена. У меня 3 сына было. Виталик, Константин, Андрей был. Но Андрей погиб в автокатастрофе. Ему уже 35 лет нет. Всех вам благ. Здоровья вам.
She wants you to have love and health.
Вот и все.
Спасибо вам большое.
С большой любовью. Как своим сыновьям. Мой дорогой, прям вот похож на моего сына.
She says you look like her son, Constantine.
Дай Бог вам здоровья, на тебе, мой дорогой.
Спасибо вам большое. Спасибо.
Thank you so much.
Спасибо вам.
Dude, that's the sweetest thing I've ever seen. Ah, that made me so sad and emotional. Thank you, Elena. That was very sweet.
After
me
leaving
sad
the church,
too,
we started
guys.
talking to an old woman in her stand who insisted on giving us free socks.
No, she doesn't have to give us socks.
Free socks? Is that what, hold on, it said insisted on giving us free socks? Okay, yeah. It's a clothing place, yeah, free socks. Hey, make sure your feet are warm.
In her stand who insisted on giving us free socks.
No, she doesn't have to give us socks.
Он говорит, не надо, ему жалко. She's saying no.
Нет.
Can we pay you?
Нет.
You should.
Нельзя.
Oh.
Нельзя. Это просто подарок.
It's for you. It's for you.
Хорошо, спасибо вам. Спасибо большое.
Мой дом старый.
Это ваш дом?
Да.
А мы можем посмотреть внутри?
У меня старая пианино есть. Старая, с чем ты заменишь, не знаю.
Old piano, huh?
Это 17-го года.
17-го.
И вот старая пианино.
Вау. А где вы теперь живете?
Хотите, придите в гости?
Сегодня ночью?
Можете прийти и ночью.
Было бы супер, мы бы очень хотели прийти к
Ну,
вам.
я вас оставлю сейчас еще один дом.
It's insane.
Спасибо.
Oh, is she gonna go visit where they're staying that night? Is that what happened? Hold on, I gotta...
Пианино.
Вау. А где вы теперь живете?
Хотите, придите в гости.
Where do you... He asked her where... Oh, so she doesn't live there anymore? Is that what it is? She lives somewhere else and they're gonna go check it out later?
Сегодня ночью?
Можете прийти и ночью.
Было бы супер, мы бы очень хотели прийти к
Ну,
вам.
я вас оставлю сейчас еще один дом.
It's insane.
Спасибо вам большое. Мы придем.
She at first was like very closed off, and then like just opened up to us and showed us her her old home. It literally said like God sent us to her.
Yeah, so that was her old house. Yeah.
There's like a park here, a roller coaster park. Like,
wait, there's roller coasters in this park?
Yeah, you see that right there. So when I was a kid in Moscow, there's this thing called Gorky Park, which is also like a little park area, and then they have these like tiny little roller coasters.
But these don't work, right? Dude, this looks like an abandoned amusement park. Dude, I hear stuff moving.
Is this the one that you do it yourself kind of thing? One of those places? And also, that dude has a really good accent for like, he's been living, I would assume in the United States, Canada, somewhere, right? Since he was 15, I think they said. Has a great accent. I mean, you couldn't tell that he was from Russia.
Dude, some of it is still working.
It didn't seem like it to me.
Crazy. There's no way any of this is still safe. I mean, look at this rusty old thing.
That
one works?
Yeah, it does.
Can we do it?
This guy is the guy in charge
We're gonna
of
try it
the
out.
safety of this. Hopping
Yep, Soviet guy
on a roller coaster
with a cigarette.
that is half abandoned. I would not recommend it. This doesn't feel safe at all.
I mean, as small as it is, it's probably still pretty fun, right?
How many times does it go? Everything is so rusty.
I'm getting really nauseous.
Good old Soviet fun.
Dude, that is gigantic.
Is you sure we're not gonna die?
Yeah, sure.
On this rusty ride. Oh my god. Fuck me, dude.
Oh, I'm scared.
I mean, not gonna lie, I'd probably be nervous getting on that too. Yeah, I would.
Oh my god, this view is amazing though.
I'm getting off. I don't care if she's not stopping. All right, it's enough roller coaster for me today. I'm gonna go have a heart attack.
Мальчики, давай 5 капель.
5 капель?
Oh, Josh, so
You
what?
want to take a shot?
We're doing a vodka shot?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're having a vodka shot?
Yeah. These are the people guarding the bathroom, and now they're giving us some vodka from the bathroom.
In this half-abandoned amusement park, and we're being offered vodka. Oh, is this vodka?
Maybe it's pee. На здоровье.
На здоровье.
Спасибо.
That'd be terrible if it was. That'd be terrible.
О, спасибо. Очень хорошо. Спасибо.
Спасибо. Wow, people everywhere here, people are so giving. Like, people here make nothing in money. Like, everyone tells us how hard it is to make money here, and people just give. This keeps happening when I travel to places that not many people go to, and typically people don't have a lot. They're the most giving. Like, you go to New York City, people don't give you stuff at a market. They're like, pay me, motherfucker. You know, same in Paris. They're like, where's the money at? You come to these places in the middle of nowhere, and people just like give.
It's hospitality. It's hospitality. Just like, you know, I'm poor. I'm not rich, right? I can afford a lot of stuff. But if some people stopped over and this and that, hospitality, I would want to go to the store, buy some nice meat, cook a nice dinner, stuff like that. Even though, you know, maybe I shouldn't be blowing the money on that sort of stuff. The hospitality kind of thing is telling me I need to go get something and cook some dinner for these people. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I get it. Yeah.
Amazing.
No part of you was worried about what was in that cup. They all came out to watch, and I was like, is there piss in here?
No, they would never do that.
They were worried about it. I mean, you never know. I mean, random strangers, right?
We're now in the suburbs of Tiraspol.
The grandma wrote her address on a piece of paper, told her to come at the end of the day, so I think we're here. Do we just try and open up the door? Anya! We doма!
Oh, they're back at her house. Cool.
Привет!
Чай будете?
Да, просто посидим с вами.
We've arrived at this very kind babushka's backyard.
Какие красивые! Oh my god!
Oh my god, there's so many.
It's Flappy.
There's bunnies everywhere.
She was gonna give us a bunny. She wanted to give us one. She said, we're gonna work.
Oh.
Будете собирать себе домой.
She's gonna give him a bunny.
Работаем.
She says work. And collect.
Берете с собой.
Хорошо, yeah, she said that everyone who's left wants to come back here. And so she's asking us to come back here more often. Вам тут нравится, вам тут спокойно, удобно.
Уже старость. Я 50 лет жила там, где вам показывал.
Да.
I mean,
Спокойно.
probably a little lonely too. You know, not a lot of people probably visit her. She's excited to have somebody over.
The stadium that's around the corner.
Yes, she lives right by the stadium. The famous Sharif football team that's playing Real Madrid tonight. So after this, we're gonna go watch the game, and this is where they play and train.
That's cool.
I think in some ways being able to speak Russian again brings Eric back to his childhood in Russia. So it's very sweet. Eric, are you getting adopted as a grandson?
This is my new grandma.
Сейчас еще. Давай кушайте.
This is like throwback to Chernobyl. Like endless amounts of food.
Спасибо, so that's why.
Кушай, кушай, кушай. Кушай.
Throwback to Chernobyl, huh? Were they in there eating radioactive food at Chernobyl? What? I don't understand what he's talking about there, but.
Кушаем. Кушаем. Хорошо.
Хорошо.
She's teaching me Russian and giving me a. She saw me stretch for 1 second and she's like, "I'll give you a massage." She literally has fed us so much and then she's giving us. Спасибо большое.
Пока, спасибо. Спасибо за все. Спасибо вам.
You got a new grandma.
Нашли бабушку.
Нашли вам.
Все.
She said you found a grandma.
Yeah. What a sweetheart.
After being adopted by our new local grandma, it was time for us to watch what would become a game that the whole world would talk about the next day as the local team accomplished the impossible.
Looks like they're having a lot of fun. A lot of fun to be had, it looks like. Jeez.
It doesn't exist. One day, and it was the day that they played Real Madrid and won. Literally a country no one knows about just beat the best team in the world.
No shit. That was the game to be at then. Holy cow.
I think people are drinking tonight, and I think we might join them.
They had a late night, didn't they?
It is time for us to leave, but as Eric befriended and got adopted by this grandma, she told us that she has a very tricky eye surgery that's going to cost her about $750. She said some people here make about $150 per month in salary. So if that's true, getting $800 would take about 5.5 months to make. And we wanted to surprise her with it. She's probably not going to take it. So we're gonna have to strategize.
Привет!
That's cool. So I'm gonna pay for ice cream.
А я думала, вы уехали.
Нет, конечно. She said she thought we left already.
Oh my god.
Это тебе.
Oh my god.
She starts bringing stuff out to give him again. It's like my grandma. My grandma's like always, and it's like, Grandma, you don't have to give me stuff like.
This is crazy. I'm gonna cry. Нет, не покажем. Я хотел.
Что хотел?
Значит, мы решили.
Что вы решили?
Мы хотели вам помочь.
Что?
С операцией.
Эти?
Мы хотим тебе помочь с операцией, так мы принесли конвертик вам, вам дадите и все. Нет, мы уже решили. Уже нельзя. Надо сказать да. Уже все закончено. Все, берите, прячьте и домой берите. Спасибо вам. Всего вам удачи, удачи.
Oh dang. Happy times, guys. That's cool.
Спасибо. Звоните.
Конечно.
Ваши телефоны.
Write down the phone numbers. Он говорит, вы сказали, что Бог нас к вам принес, так прислал, так мы хотим вам помочь.
Я сейчас тоже молилась. Где же вы так долго? Где же? Спасибо. Внук.
It's honestly hard to describe the magic that we felt carried by on this trip. We felt so welcomed by the kindness of the babushkas and the hopeful energy from many of those who still live there. And then, of course, for their local team to create one of the biggest upsets in sports history while we were in the country.
It's crazy.
Completely impossible to fathom. The economic opportunities in this country, unfortunately, seem very hard to find. Many live and survive in rough conditions, but numerous locals we met also seem to have been able to maintain a positive spirit, to continue living their lives despite their tough circumstances. Finally, a local told us a tale elders share with their grandkids, that when God made earth and distributed the land to all its nations, when he got to Transnistria, he ran out of space. And so, he had to take a little piece of heaven and place it here instead. Now, I don't know where this quote comes from or the intention behind why it's shared. But if these people can look at their home in that way, I'd hope that all of us could start doing that about our own homes as well. We'll see you next week.
That was a good video, guys. I didn't know I'd be like on the verge of crying on the live stream, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so Moldova, huh? Transnistria, I guess that one more specifically. But it's part of Moldova, kind of. Is it its own country? Who knows, right? See, it's 1:30. Let's see, we probably got time to put in another video, guys. I want to do a GeoGuessr stream, too, after this at some point. Actually, crap, I can't do GeoGuessr today. I got to go to the store and get... We'll still watch another one because I just said it. I just said we will. I don't want to let people down, but yeah, no GeoGuessr stream today because I forgot I got to go to the store to get some stuff for dinner. Let's see, Transnistria, and I got to do that and be back before 3:45 my time. So let's see here. Type in Moldova since that was the actual country. We're going to do Moldova food tour. See what pops up, guys. Store is more important than guessing locations. Yeah. Yeah, pork tacos is what I'm making tonight, guys. It's going to be so delicious. I can already imagine it in my brain. Like my brain has already ate the stuff, tasted it, enjoyed it. It's delicious. I'm having a premonition of the future. I already know they're going to be excellent. So, and I already got the pork too. Got a big chunk of pork in there. I just got to cut it down and cook it up and all that good stuff and make it taste amazing. Get some tomato, get some sour cream and stuff like that. Maybe a little lettuce or something to put on it. Some salsa. All right, let's see. We're going to be, eating the most insane Moldovan food in Chisinau. Moldovan street food tour. There we go. Yeah, Moldovan street food tour. Right here. Got the video, guys.
Morning.
But I got to update the top of the screen thing there. Okay, there we go. Evidently the flags don't show up, so it shows up as a square, so I guess I'll get rid of that and this. Or wait. There. That should be good. Okay, cool. So yeah, we have Moldovan street food tour, borscht, kovridog, plus Soviet canteen food. I don't know what Soviet canteen food is, but this sounds pretty cool. We got the channel 195 under 30. I guess, I don't know what that means. Does he weigh 195 pounds and he's under the age of 30? That's a dumb channel name if that's the case, to be honest with you. But hey, that's my reaction. This is a reaction channel, so I gave you that. So thanks for watching with me, guys. Did I hit like on the video? Let's see. I sure did. You guys got to go over and hit like too. That's fair. So let's watch it. Moldovan street food.
Welcome back to another video here from Chisinau, Moldova. Unfortunately, the audio is not working very well in this video, so for at least the first part of this video, it's all going to be recorded afterwards. But this is Chisinau, Moldova.
Right.
It is the capital city, and there is so much to explore.
So much.
Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into the city. There is so much food here, and I cannot wait to show you all that we're gonna eat in this video.
Getting hungry myself, 7:30.
First stop of the day, we are at the central market here in Chisinau, and there is this little stall here that is selling these sort of fried patty-like things. To be honest, I'm not really sure what it was, but once I tried it, it was like a fried fluffy potato, and you can
A fried fluffy potato? Wait, that's a potato, or is it like a potato dough? Did they take in like a potato flour kind of? Actually, how do you make potato dough? Is potato dough made out of flour? Do you even make potato flour? I don't even know how that. I don't know if that's a thing, but mashed potato flakes, I guess. Yeah, right. And then you would just mix that into a dough, maybe.
see how much I'm actually enjoying this
It looks
fried
good.
potato as I'm biting into it. It's literally just a little street food stand right at the entrance of the market, and then you can see from it how crispy and light it is on the inside. It may be a little bit oily. It's actually quite oily, and it might be a little unhealthy, and I don't actually know what the name of it is in Moldova. However, definitely one of those must-try foods, and it's a great sort of nice breakfast snack right on the streets of a market here in Moldova.
I bet it's good. I mean, potato crispiness on the outside. How is that? How would that not be good? Like anything crispy potato, like you can't go wrong. There's a little bit of salt on there, as long as you got the right seasoning. Even if you don't have it, I mean, it's still good. It's just better with a little salt, right? Those peaches.
After walking around the market a little bit, it's
Okay, yum. This is this like those Dolly was asking me, are you in the chat actually, Dolly? She was asking me, she's from Denmark, but she was asking me about if we had French dog. We were talking about hot dogs one time. There was a video we were watching, and she was asking about French hot dogs in a bun like this. And I've seen this, not very common. Is this kind of like how they would do it? Is this like a French hot dog? But of course not in France. This is Moldova. And I don't even know if that's a hot dog. It looks like more of a sausage anyways, but looks pretty good, whatever that is, actually. I mean,
time for us to continue and get a little bit of a sweet snack. We've come to this little bakery here. What they do is that they serve these nice apple strudels. Now, we've had apple strudels in a lot of countries. We've had them in Slovakia, we've had them in Hungary, we've had them in Romania, and now finally, time to have apple strudel in the country of Moldova. And I have to say, this one
apple
is very
strudel.
different. First, it's a lot airier. I think you can see.
I've made apple flappen, which is a Dutch apple strudel kinda, right? I made that and tasted it and it was really good, actually. It was really good. It was a few years ago, and I think some of it had raisins in it too. I think I made some like with just apple and some with apple and like raisins or something.
From the actual strudel itself, how airy it is. There's a bit of powdered sugar right on top, but the main thing for me is that the pastry is so interesting. It's so airy. Yes, you get to see like a few chunks of apple within the pastries. It's like folded into different layers, so there's definitely an element of layering on there. But
what's the
very, very different from the.
There's something else in there though. It looked like there was something else that wasn't apple, like maybe like dates or plums or something. Was I don't know if that was something else or what.
Pastries we've had before. It's definitely a really good one, and these sort of pastries are sold everywhere in the market. You can go to a local bakery and you can find these freshly baked apple strudels early in the morning. But definitely, in my opinion, one of the best things you can try when you're in Moldova.
Looks
and
good.
A really, really great little sweet snack as you make your way around the city.
But I don't know why it looked like little round circles, unless they're using like the little tiny like round like crab apple kind of things and using them whole. Maybe, I don't know. Sounds good. Borscht? That's that stuff that the guy had in that one video, that red stuff, I think. I think they called that borscht. Yeah, it's red.
Give me this.
Some rice? Is that what that is? I had rice last night with sausage. It was pretty good.
All right, obviously when you're here in Moldova, one of the things that you have to eat at is one of those old style Soviet canteens. And we've come to one called Cantina Nukaru. And look at the decor. I mean, literally, just look at this decor around me.
Okay, so cantina, Soviet cantina. So that's basically like just like a little cafe then. Like what? So that would be the same as like an old, like an American diner, I guess, kind of, right? But like the Soviet version of a diner is what it's seeming like. Red beet soup. That's what borscht is? Okay. Yeah, I mean, that might be good. I'm not a huge beet person, but yeah.
I mean, look at this place. I feel like I've stepped back in time into the 1970s Soviet era Moldova. It's crazy. It is literally like out of a movie, out of a storybook, out of like a Soviet movie or something like that. But of course, I've got to try a couple things. First off, I've got the classic dish of basically all of Eastern Europe. Borscht.
Yeah,
I've
borscht.
wanted to try borscht for a very long time. I've been dreaming about trying borscht. So finally, here at this local little canteen here in Moldova, we're gonna try my first borscht. Without further ado, let's go ahead. And I just want to get some of the liquid first. You can see it's red in color because borscht is made out of beet. The beet, which is a red sort of fruit. So let's go ahead and try out my first borscht.
Now, I do know that we do a thing called pickled eggs, but they're not like pickled in the traditional sense of using like, it's different than normal pickled, but like, so you take boiled eggs and you soak them in like a ton of like beet juice and vinegar. Sometimes some people put like a little onion in there. You soak it for like a couple days, whatever. The whole entire hard boiled egg turns pink. Like you take it out of the shell first, of course, obviously, right? But the whole thing turns pink. Sometimes it'll turn pink all the way down and almost like get into the yolk. And it soaks in that beet juice flavor with a little bit of the vinegar and like the onion and stuff. It's so good. Try it. Make some yourself. Put it in a jar. It's delicious.
Oh, I totally understand why every Russian, every Eastern European loves borscht now. It's the perfect flavor. It's deep. It's very, very deep. It's got like the earthy flavor, but at the same time, it's got a little hint of sweetness because beetroot is a little bit sweet. It's got a little tinge of sweetness. It's not too oily. It's very, very light, but it's very, very fulfilling at the same time. It really warms your soul. I'm gonna go ahead and get some of the beetroot itself. Let's mix it in with the soup. Let's try this out.
I don't know if I'd like a beet soup though. I don't mind the beet flavor. It's pretty decent flavor. I like it with the eggs, and then of course then you eat the beet slices and the eggs. You don't just eat the eggs. You eat beet slices that's in there and everything too, and you eat that, and you know it's good flavor, but like as a soup, I don't know.
Oh wow.
I mean, I'm sure it's good.
I never say this about vegetables, but that vegetable soup, borscht, wow. One of the best soups I actually have had in my life. I didn't know borscht was this good. I was always like, oh, you know, it's beetroot in a soup. How good can it be?
You know, I should just try it sometime, right? I should just try it. I might be blown away like him because it's not going to be just beet. There's going to be other stuff too, other vegetables, I'm sure, other seasonings and stuff that adds to it.
This is amazing. This is honestly incredible. The depth of flavor in that borscht. The beetroot adds a little bit of sweetness. I love borscht. I'm definitely become to Moldova. Try out borscht. All right, we've also got a little plate. I think we've got some rice and a chicken patty.
New challenge for Charlie to cook borscht. You know, I've been debating whether I want to do a cooking channel. I don't know if I want to. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just do like a segment on this channel because, you know, I try to do too many things at once, right? So maybe I could just try to do a segment on this channel where it's still learning about the world through food. So it's still somewhat relevant to the channel kind of thing. And then just, because I did that before. I did that with the apple flappa, whatever from the Netherlands, Dutch apple stuff. I made like Stamppot before. I made like Dutch boterkoek, stuff like that. I was going to make a Danish rye bread. Haven't got around to it yet. At some point, maybe. That might be a thing. That might be like a. That might be a thing. Not sure yet. Stay tuned. It's the thought I've been lingering, and it's been lingering in the back of my mind for sure. Anyways.
Say I really don't know. Nobody here speaks English, so let's go ahead and try out the rice first. There's just some like orange little rice. Let's go for it. Delicious, well seasoned.
Good idea. You can combine it with your gardening channel. You do cooking streams of the produce of your own garden. Yeah, the outdoor, that channel kind of got put, that one's just like a on the side kind of channel. There's not a lot of content clearly been coming out of that channel, but here soon we'll revive the garden when spring comes around, and there'll be some more content on that Project Bloom channel at some point. I try to do too many things, guys. I want to do everything, and I end up not being consistent with any of it.
And a little bit oily, but I love it.
Hold on, let's go back to
delicious, well seasoned. A little bit oily, but I love the oil. It's very, very well seasoned. Really, really delicious. A little bit of spice, but not too much. Perfect flavor, perfect saltiness flavor. I love that it's really bland. That's perfect.
Yum.
All right, we got the patty here. Honestly, I don't know what this patty is. I don't know if it's pork, chicken, beef. No clue. I think it's chicken, but I cannot be sure. She told me something in Moldovan, and no, not Moldovan, Romanian. Sorry, there's no such language as Moldovan. She told me something Romanian. I had no clue what she said. But let's go ahead and try this out.
Mystery meat patty, guys. Mystery Moldovan meat patty.
Oh, that right there.
Good?
That is home cooking at its finest. I think it's actually a pork patty. A pork patty with some vegetables inside.
Like a meatloaf.
Really, really delicious. Very, very flavorful. It's crispy on the outside. I did put some chili powder on it, so it absolutely is a little bit spicy. But I love it. The flavor is incredible. It's soft, it's meaty, it's umami. The flavor is good, the texture is good.
Yum.
Everything about it is perfect. And the crazy thing is, for the price of this borscht, plus the rice, plus the patty and everything, 35 lei. 35 lei is like $1.50. That's
Jeez.
crazy. For this entire meal, $1.5 US roughly.
That's not bad.
I don't know what's going on here in Moldova, but if I can eat this every day, I'm gonna be a really, really happy person. So this is great. This is delicious. If you're here in Moldova, you've got to try their canteens. This is what the local food is. This is where you can see all locals are eating here. It's delicious. It brings you back to history, and it is one of the best things you could do when you're here in Moldova.
Nice. But the thing is, it's like, yeah, when you come from another country and go there, it's cheap. But if you live in Moldova, you're not getting paid as much as people from other countries. So to a Moldovan, it's not cheap. I'm sure it's just an average price, right?
Oh, man, that is one of the best meals I have had in all of Eastern Europe. It's behind this building right here. You would never expect food to be cooked behind this building, but once you enter it,
But I did say something about doing like cutting wood and stuff like that, so I didn't know if anybody was waiting around for that. But at some point, I do have a couple apple trees to trim, and I do plan on putting that on the Project Bloom channel, actually. But
smell how good the food is. You just automatically, it hits your nose. This is a place with good food. It looks so Soviet. It looks so old. I'm pretty sure it's been around for decades, but that might just be one of the best and one of the cheapest meals I've had in Europe. The borscht. First time ever having borscht, did not know it was that delicious. It was that good. I mean, I love borscht. I'm gonna get borscht whenever I can. And of course, the chicken patty, the rice, it was just delicious, and it was just so affordable. I mean, literally less than $2. Less than $2, you can have that entire meal that I just had in a little Soviet era building. That is honestly just incredible. I'm in love. I'm in love with this type of food. I'm in love with this home cooking. And the ladies there, they're so nice. They don't speak any English, but they'll help you. They'll be like, oh, this is this, and you know what? Go ahead and get this. Nicest people ever. Really, really good food. Doesn't get better than that, honestly, in my opinion, here in Moldova.
all right. I wonder if we're gonna see. Oh wait, no, that was Transnistria, right? That has the Lenin statues. So the rest of Moldova wouldn't have those statues with the big head guy.
All right, the sun has set here in Chisinau, here in Moldova, but I can't seem to find anything to eat. There's like
he ran out. He ran out of places to find for food.
Food. It's 8:30, 9ish, and it's like everything's closed.
He's hungry.
I literally can't find anywhere to eat. We're gonna go keep hunting for a little bit more, but if I can't find anything, that's the end of this video. So let's see. Let's hope we get something to eat. I'm not too hungry, but anything light, anything easy, simple would do. But
looks like he must have found some food, guys. The video's got like plenty of time left.
just can't find anything right now, so let's go see what there is. Okay, everything is literally
Thought we were going back to the 80s for a second with that music.
closing around us, but I snuck in literally minutes before this place was closed. It's called Bushi Patisserie, and there's something I really wanted to try. It's called a kofrig dog. So kofrig, if you remember, it's like the typical bagel, the typical pretzel in Romania and Moldova.
Oh yeah.
Kofrig dog is when you put a hot dog inside of that, and that's exactly what we've got here. We've got one that is covered in sesame seeds.
I've had something similar to this, but it's just like a regular hot dog covered in like a pretzel bun kind of thing like that. Now the hot dog would be not, you know, nothing would taste the same as that, right? Of course, American style hot dog inside of a pretzel versus that's probably more like an actual sausage inside of probably a what looks like a way better quality pretzel bun than the ones that I had.
It looks delicious. It's something I've seen all around, but I've never had the chance to try. So let's go ahead and try the Moldovan version of a hot dog. Let's go for it. That combination is amazing, and I'll tell you why. The actual pastry on the outside, very, very flaky. It's almost as flaky as burek. Now imagine that with a hot dog inside, a nice, meaty hot dog inside.
Yeah, I've had something similar to this. You can get them frozen in the frozen section at the store. You just pop them in the microwave for a few.
I love that it's not like a soft white bread, but it's like a crispy, sort of flaky texture, almost like a croissant with a hot dog.
What do you mean it's crazy that they know different stampot here in Spain? Stampot came from the Spanish back in like was it Leiden or something? 80 Years War, maybe Leiden, I can't remember. When the Dutch people forced the Spanish people out, they dipped out, ran so quick that they still had stew cooking, and it was the stampot, and then the Dutch people fell in love with it, and then do stampot now. So yeah, like it came from Spain originally.
Inside. The flakiness of the texture really, really adds to the entire flavor of this. The dough itself is a little bit salty, a little bit sweet, but the sesame seeds, nice crunch again. With the meat though, on the inside of the hot dog, which is juicy, a little bit softer, but it's a contrast, there's a sort of crispiness on the outside skin, which I really, really like. So a kofri dog here in Moldova, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly actually, but I've just seen it everywhere, and it's a combination of a hot dog, a very Western idea, with a kofrig, which is a very usual, very common thing here in Romania and Moldova.
It might have even been called that. The ones that I've seen in the store, it may be just like a United States frozen version of that food. That name sounds so familiar. I'm gonna have to look because I'm going to the store soon. If I can think about it while I'm there, I'll take a mental note and then try to see if I see them and see what the name is there. And if I do, maybe I'll update, comment, or I'll let you guys know.
So really, really interesting. I really liked it. I love the dough. I love the contrast with the dough and the meat. For me, this is a win, and I'm glad I tried it. And the last thing here in Chisinau. Well, that was a quick, delicious.
It'd be good. It looked like there was room inside of it, like in between, like the dog and the. Well. Yeah, but anyways, in between, right? Like there's room in between the bun and the dog. I would take like some sauerkraut or like some chopped onion, chives, a little bit of mayonnaise or something like that, and then stuff down inside of there next to it. That'd be good, right?
And I'm glad I tried it. And the last thing here in Chisinau. Well, that was a quick, delicious, light little dinner, but absolutely what I needed. I mean, it was not too heavy, but not too.
Yeah. It's interesting about the stampot. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like a traditional Dutch food, but like, yeah, they found it because the Spanish people were cooking it after they ran them out of the city. And I don't know if it was Leiden. I don't know for sure on that. You may ask the bot. Ask bot about it. It knows. Just say bot, ask the question. It'll tell you about it. But yeah, it is pretty cool. Pretty interesting.
too light and at the same time something unique that you can only find here in Romania and Moldova. Kofrig and a hot dog. A very interesting combination, but it works. It absolutely works. Crispiness and flakiness of the skin combined with the meatiness of the sausage on the inside. Right. Really, really highly recommend that. Today has been a phenomenal food day. Like,
I bet it'd be good dipped in like a little garlic butter even. Right? Does that sound good? Dip that hot dog Kofri thing with the dip that in a little garlic butter? That might be good. Stampa origins are unclear, but it's a traditional Dutch dish. It's not unclear. I mean, it's unclear as far as where it came from before that. The only thing the Dutch people know about is like they found it in that village after they ran the Spanish out during the 80 Years' War. Before that, who knows? What was it? An actual thing Spanish people were doing, or was it just like they're in the middle of war and they just threw some stuff together? And then it became a thing. I don't know. But if the Spanish people are calling it Stampot now, then that's interesting because like the name Stampot clearly was gave to it by the Dutch people. So then afterwards, then it got readopted, or just the name stuck. I don't know. That's interesting. We may have to do a Stampot deep dive one of these days, guys, to be honest with you.
Starting off with the market today, with the food at the market, which was amazing, and then going to a local canteen, a local Soviet era canteen. I felt like I stepped back into history, like, you know, 30, 40 years ago, and was eating borscht as, music was playing. I mean, it's just amazing. It's incredible to me that sort of.
Or dip it in the borscht. Take that hot dog pretzel thing, dip it in that borscht. Soak up some of that borscht juice up in that pretzel bun. So I guess the bot doesn't want to cooperate, but yeah, I guess you just have to Google it. Just type in like Stampa Spanish 80 Years War. That should be enough to pull it up on Google.
Place still exists. It's beautiful, it's incredible, and it's really, really exciting to see that here in Moldova. But what an amazing experience, what an incredible experience that was. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. The food in Moldova has really blown me away. I mean, borscht is so good. Like, I don't know how. I never tried it beforehand, but it is incredible. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up and then subscribe for more food and travel videos. This will not be our last video here for Moldova yet, so make sure to stay tuned if you're interested in Moldova and interested in seeing what I see here in Moldova. There you guys go. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.
So there you go. If you want to see more of his Moldovan travel videos, you'll have to go to that channel, 195 under 30. I am going to go ahead and subscribe because I do like travel vlog videos and stuff. So there I did that. I subscribed. I hit like already. All that good stuff. So borscht, huh? So Kovra dog, huh? I'm gonna have to remember that Kovra dog. I'm gonna try to make a mental note of that when I go to the store. And if it is, I'll put like a comment down below, like afterwards. I'll let you guys know. For anybody that is interested, if there is anybody out there interested, it'll be there. Maybe not. Maybe it will. Who knows? Whatever. But anyways, thanks for watching with me. And you guys have a super fun, awesome day. Hit like, subscribe, do all that super fun, awesome stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.